So, another edition of DevDiary. Let's see if I can get you up to speed. I'm gonna try and make these a little bit more regular just because basically writing a blog takes too much damn time. And these are quick. Just takes me 10 minutes to record them and I can get you up to speed. So, as we said on the last time, basically we split up the development and making these small blocks so you can get more content much faster. So the current plan is RC3 is currently being tested, which is the one with the new tech tree. It should be available in a few days. It's currently being tested internally. As soon as it's beautified, it will be on the beta branch on Steam and GOG, so you can download it from there. Just make sure you drop by on Discord and give me your thoughts because it's a completely game-changing mechanic. I need to know how does it feel. Internal testing shows that it's unbelievably better than the current system, so I'm very, very happy with it. Keep in mind the game completely changes with this new system, so I really need you guys to drop by and tell me what you think. As soon as that is done, it will include the headquarters and the loans. That means it's RC3. Then we begin working on RC4, which is more of interactive update. A lot of you don't really like free play. You kind of need objectives and know what to do. Like me personally, I can't play SimCity anymore because I need to feel that I'm heading towards something. So what we added is modifying the way the events work so they are interactive. They will say, hey, this is going to happen, do this, or something bad will happen. Or if you don't do anything, maybe something good, or do this immediately and then something good will happen. Kind of more like an interactive dynamic event. They will be much bigger. So let me give you an example. There's a strike about to happen. They need you to shut down a factory for a month. If you don't do that, they will shut down several factories for several months. So you need to stay on your toes. It's not so much like, hey, strike. Immediately from now, for the next 3 months, this building is shut down. No, it's a bit more interactive than that. So from that, contracts, which are our take on quests. Basically, towns will come to you and ask you for stuff. Basically, we need this, by this date, and I'll give you that. Usually it's a bunch of cash and some influence. That will help a lot. When that is done, going to focus a lot on the E3 build that is in the end of June, mid-end June. And immediately after it will be released, which is RC5, which will include the new logistics. And with this, the game will be, again, completely different because right now you have this manual system of setting up the destinations, the trade routes, which is admittedly not extremely intuitive. So going to change it to what we call the automated warehouse. Basically, you need to put a warehouse surrounded by buildings, and that will start collecting automatically the stuff and distributing the stuff on its own to the nearby buildings. If you don't like that because you like micromanaging, you can of course turn it off and manually set up everything. Also, the trade routes will be completely different. Instead of saying you go from here to here with this, basically you set up one and it will query all the other truck depots, Apple stations, etc. for that product and will collect it automatically and send it to the warehouse of your liking. It's a bit more streamlined than what we currently have. It can be better. But that's what early access is for. I need your feedback to know what we are doing wrong. After that is done, Alpha 6 should be considered completed, so we'll focus on the next alphas or the next updates. A very big one is a target for you guys to achieve. Like if you play Factorio, you need to build the rocket. If you play RimWorld, you need to make the spaceship, and so on. So what we are doing is adding a bunch of new endgame recipes and productions that are stupid difficult to make, extremely expensive, but as soon as you do them, you win. let me give you an example. We're introducing the automotive industry. You can see the diagram here. Basically, it will require something out of all other factories. For example, like a distillery will make biofuel, then you need the engine, the chassis, the interior, etc. Then you put all of that into a massive building. What I mean massive, I mean like 4 times the size of a normal factory. It will be incredibly expensive. I'm thinking of something like 25 million, so complete endgame stuff. Imagine the upkeep of such a beast. As soon as that has all the ingredients, it will start production and make the car prototype. As soon as it's done, it will take a year or so. Of course, need to playtest that. As soon as that is done, you win. So career mode over. Just a little something to give you something to aim at. Once that is done, going to focus on opening the game to everybody. So translating the game, adding tools for you to translate the game in case your language is not super common, like, I don't know, you want to translate it to Neo-Latin or Klingon or, I don't know, Italian or something that we are not going to cover, then we are going to add tools to do it. And because we are going to do that, if not at the same time, but immediately after, going to focus on modding, because everybody loves mods. So if you don't like a production line, you can add your own or modify it, or change the buildings, change the theme. If you want to play in steampunk setting or Lord of the Rings or whatever, you can do that easily with the tools we are going to provide. We are aiming towards Q3 for all that, so October-ish, September, if it happens. But right now, as I said, the focus is tech tree for this month. Next month, objectives, contracts, logistics, and E3. After that, the automotive industry. So that is it. A bit longer than expected, but just wanted to get you updated with that. Just take a look at the new tech tree coming, if not late this week, early next one. And drop by the forums and Discord. I'm always there. Take care, guys.